Good evening, everyone. My name is Jennifer Walsh. I am currently a substitute teacher working on my teacher's education degree. I am here to talk to you about social emotional learning, what it is, its benefits, and the power of it. You may be asking yourselves, what is SEL? I have 3 kids in school around between 11 and 16, and I had never heard of it growing up and until I started this class. And it's interesting. I know it's been a very big topic and a hot topic as well. CASEL.org, CASEL, gives a very big positive definition of what SEL is exactly. Social emotional learning can also be referred to as emotion-based learning. But so many people, what is social emotional learning? What is it? Where do we fit it in to our school day? It has baffled educators, it has baffled critics, it has baffled parents. Some people think they have all the answers to what social emotional learning is. Some people think we should have it. Some people think it's a terrible thing. Parents worry, oh no, is social emotional learning going to replace math? Is social emotional learning going to replace English, social studies, science? Like, how dare you incorporate this into our children's classroom and replace all these crucial academic studies? But there's so much more to it. Teachers worried about it. Well, we already have overburdened schedules. We already have too much to do. How could you expect us to bring something else into the classroom? But social emotional learning doesn't stand alone. It is not just a topic to, spend a block on. It is embedded into the classroom, into the daily lives of students. Last year, this issue, many of you may know, made it down to the State House in Concord. The state lawmakers wanted to ban it. Let's get rid of it. Well, students and educators showed up at the State House and said, no, this supports our students' mental health. It helps with educational outcomes. It's been proven that it helps. But still, how? But a first grader came to the State House and testified that I like it, my friends like it. It helps me when I'm mad, how to deal when I'm mad at home or at school. And I'm sure I know someone, I'm sure many of us do know someone who can't control their emotions, that gets angry easily, that won't take accountability for their actions, is easy to quick to blame and hurt and bully. What if that person or any people, as successful as they may be in life, but don't have those interpersonal skills to manage relationships in their lives? What if they had just a little bit of social emotional learning in their lives in early elementary school? It's interpersonal and it's intrapersonal too. And intrapersonal being ourselves, our self-management, on how we can manage our own emotions. It's intrapersonal is the bedrock of SEL. If we can start with self-management, then we can go on and have better and maintain better relationships. There are 3 main core competencies with social emotional learning. There is self-awareness, self-management, and social awareness. And SEL approaches the interpersonal and the intrapersonal, the whole student, the whole person. If you read Cassell's definition, and I don't have it memorized, so I don't want to just read it, but it's kind of a long definition. But to sum it up, the definition of SEL could be finding that balance between interpersonal and intrapersonal. And the process of finding that balance is based on those 3 core competencies of self-awareness, self-management, and social awareness. So SEL isn't so much a strict academic program as it is an approach, something to be embedded in the daily lessons of the day. I recently sat in with a 4th grade teacher, and I wasn't thinking much about SEL at that particular time as he went through, I don't recall if it's an English or a math lesson, but we're going through, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they all kind of took a quick little brain break, and he implemented it and incorporated it in such a way that I didn't even realize what had happened until it had happened. And I guess he had tried it, it worked before, and the students seemed to just go with the flow with it. So I saw it in action for the very first time, and I was so impressed. And I haven't told him yet, but I want to tell him, because when I first started this class, we did a lot of talk on social emotional learning. And it like I said, having kids, I never really heard about the kids bringing anything home from school, talking about it, until it all became this big hot button issue. But how would you put that in the classroom? How would you make that work? And I saw him in action. I saw him do it. And I said, wow, that is something that works. And it doesn't take up extra time. It's embedded within the day, you know, kind of laying these fears that parents had, you know, how could you do this? How could you take away these things? And it doesn't just benefit the students, but it benefits teachers and educators, because they can take a moment out of their day to take that deep breath. And maybe everybody take a moment. Let's talk about, maybe, are we angry today? Are we mad? Are we happy? Are we sad? Without going into too much detail, but maybe the kid's had a bad day. Maybe it will make him feel better to say, hey, I'm hungry, or, you know, kids usually, I don't think, disclose too much about how chaotic life can be at home, but if they have a chance to maybe air something, to vent something out, it might take away a little anxiety or hurt, or just to, you know, talk about how we're feeling. So not only is it important to students, it is very important to educators as well. I would like to leave you all today with a chance to practice a short, simple self-awareness exercise. We can all take a deep breath in and close your eyes, or you can leave them open. Maybe take a couple deep breaths. I will end it with that.